Say It Louder is brought to you by Bally Live, the ultimate destination for live sports, anytime, anywhere. Watch the action unfold and win rewards along the way. Download the free Bally Live app and start winning today.
Welcome back to the Rally. We got Reds Hall of Famer Danny Graves hanging out with us in studio today. That's Joshua Perry. I'm Brooke Fletcher. Guys, it's the postseason for baseball here. We know how stressful it can be. It doesn't matter which sport, but it got us thinking, which sport has the most stressful postseason? Your thoughts at home? A lot of people are saying MLB, but JP, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go March Madness here. I think it's stressful not only for spectators, but also for players and coaches. I mean, think about it, right? There's near universal buy-in from fans. Everybody's filling out a bracket. You guys forced me to fill out my first bracket ever this past year.
We didn't force you. You
People
loved
are
it.
watching it, right? It's up everywhere. You can't get away from it. You have upsets all the time. The pace of the games in the early rounds are on constantly. And so that already kind of gets you a little bit hyped up. It's unpredictable. Maybe fluky would be the right word. And I think if you are a fan, you're trying to figure out what some of these teams that you haven't watched all season really are. As a player or coach, it's a lot of the same, where it's not people that you've played before and they're not teams that you've necessarily scouted against. Like, brand new scouting report, first time having your eyes on these teams, having to prep in a short window for some of the early round games. To me, I feel like there's nothing but stress associated with March Madness.
No, that's a really good point. It's stressful for the fans trying to fill out your bracket, like you said. But yeah, some of these teams you've never seen before, and anything can happen. In the Cinderella stories, that's what makes March Madness so great.
Yeah, it makes it great, but it doesn't make it stressful for me because it's like playing the lotto, right? You just pick, and nobody's ever going to have a perfect bracket. For me, I think it's the NFL. And the reason I say that is because majority of the other sports, not including NCAA basketball, they're played in series. So you're not one and done. In football, you play one playoff game, and if you lose, you don't get to come back and try to play again and win a series. So it's do or die. I think that would be more stressful.
Well, you talk about with like in the NBA or maybe even baseball, you know, we saw it with the Rays today. You have the jitters, right? You can't afford to have the jitters. So you have to, because sometimes you use game one to kind of feel a team out, kind of see what they're about and get a read on them. But yeah, you got that one game, and that's what makes it difficult. But for me, I'm going to say baseball. I touched on it earlier, and you touched on it as well, Danny, just the game management in baseball in the postseason, right? You want to make sure you're strategizing, you know, what pitcher you're putting in. You don't want to send your guys out from the bullpen too soon. So it's a completely different ballgame. So yeah, you don't want to overthink it, which a lot of teams tend to do in the postseason.
You said it kindly. We say over-managing.
Over-managing,
yeah, you said it kindly.
Overthink it, yeah.
Yeah, I think there is something to the idea of having a philosophy that changes when it comes to the postseason. Because you said the NFL, and I thought about it, and I'm with you in the sense that it's one and done, and so that already creates a level of stress and urgency. And like some of the teams, especially like if you have a bye, you're out of rhythm. Like you had a team that played, even though it might not be the thing you want.
Yeah.
And then you're coming in after being off for a couple weeks and you don't feel the same. But the game plan is typically what it would be, right? Like the guys who are playing in the postseason were all the guys who were playing in the regular season in a similar capacity. But now you're talking about, okay, what are we going to do with our pitchers? How are we going to do our lineup? And it's like, this puts me in a space where I am not comfortable, because for 162 games, it was not like this. That is a weird spot to be in.
And also think about the environments you're playing in too. You know, we talked about with the Phillies last year, and Kelly, you know, she was talking about how tough that environment is. And as an opponent and a visiting player, that really wears on you and it adds a lot of stress.
It does. I mean, it's a big deal when it's a sellout crowd and everybody there is screaming at you as an opponent. But take Tampa Bay Rays, for example. During the regular season, they don't sell out. Nobody goes to those games.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden everybody's going to the games because it's the playoffs. It's a different animal.
That's
Real
true.
quick, what's the most stressed out you ever were during your playing career, just like from a on-the-field standpoint?
Last night playing pickleball.
What about you?
I'm high stress all the time, and you know this about me. Everything is hypercritical.
But that's great for
that's
your
why
sport.
You're so good at what you
that
do,
was great
JP.
for you.
It's not good. Blood pressure through the roof.